Hey you guys, it is Listening Lotus back to you with another brief reading. Just want to just jump right in. I hope everybody is doing well today. I hope everybody is doing great, feeling great. And I'm going to just jump in and see what is going on with the energy with you guys today. See if there's any way I can help. So let's jump into it. Thank you everybody who has been listening, watching. Be sure to subscribe to get more videos, beats, updates. I do have a sale going on right now on my website where there's 40% off on all the services on my Vargo account. So be sure to check that out. Listening Lotus on most platforms. You should be able to find me. I have a Facebook page. So let's see what's what. Okay. All right. So far we have the influence card. Modify your or others' behavior, belief, or opinion to bring about transformation in a particular circumstance. Aware. It says know that you know it's time to develop a course of action to effectively share the information. And melancholy. Experiencing sad feelings without a clear trigger can have a detrimental effect on both your mental health and social interactions. Seek help from a professional. I think I had spoke about this before where I had realized that a lot of people have really been in their heads lately, and it's totally fine. I think there's so much going on right now where people are like self-reflecting, really going inward about just where they're at in life. And that's just taking an analysis. This is the month of July, we're a little bit into half of the year. And so, this is a critical time for a lot of people are coming up with sure plans to figure out how they even want to go about the rest of this year. I will say one thing though. I do think that whoever I'm speaking to is in their head about, it's simply you. It's you kind of like getting in your own way. And you need to be aware about not only just the influence that, that could bleed over into other things and other people that are surrounding you, but just being super duper mindful that you're not putting yourself in situations that are going to trigger this melancholy feel. Putting yourself in more upbeat environments and more upbeat environment. That's the best word I got for it. Let's see what advice we can get for this. I really try to be solution based. All right, as much as possible at least. Let's see things that can help. Okay, that makes sense. Let's scoop these up. We have the adventure card. It says ride with the tide. One who rides with the tide, happily trusting where I am being led, even when everything doesn't make sense yet. So you guys are maybe unsure or uncertain about a certain endeavor, whether if it's a career change or maybe something that you want to invest in, things that you want to do, and maybe you don't feel like you have the necessary maybe knowledge or steps. Let me see. Okay, it's making a little more sense. Hold on. Is there anything else? Okay, I'll take it. Okay. So the next card that came out was the honoring card, which is pretty much about honoring your own emotions. Let me feel my feelings without judgment and then release them. Show me to be kind and loving to a child inside me who needs care. So this card, I love this card, and you could pretty much see it is all about nurturing your inner child. I think especially what the older people are getting, and maybe, some of the older people out here, please, get in the comments and attest to this. But the more you keep your inside child alive, the better you feel. I mean, real shit, like the better you feel. So, and I've always tried to be privy to that, making sure that I keep myself personally and the people around me, keeping their inner child alive. And definitely going on adventures is a good way to do that, because you say, you used to go somewhere or do something that you used to do as a kid that would help you come out of this mood. That would be very helpful and beneficial, because it's, it comes with the process. But most importantly, while you're doing this, you're also releasing not only that feeling of temporary sadness, but you're healing yourself from the inside out, and that'll give you even more better experiences moving forward. Next, we have longing. I offer my deepest desires. My deepest longings, trusting you know exactly how to handle them. Let me know my wholeness and freedom most of all. So somebody may be not only in their head, but they're almost kind of like, you can kind of see from the card, like she's literally in her own way. Like these two, I feel like, is different sides of the same coin. This is her in the evolved state, and this is her where she's at now. Same lady. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, we're trying to pull you up out of this. Like, you can definitely get all your needs and desires met. However, you need to tap into that sacral energy. A lot of sacral energy. A lot of sacral energy. Nothing but orange on these cards. But to go on an adventure and have fun. It could be something as small as going to the nearest ice cream shop that you used to go to. Maybe even some of you guys have traveled and you need to just simply go and to your hometown. Just go to your hometown just briefly and just kind of see, like, what's going on, what has changed. If there's some people that you knew there, even if there's people that you don't know, just kind of like see how much things are changing, from where you've came. And then we have attachment. Releasing all attachments. Trust that the perfect relationship always arrives on time. Let me feel worthy and deserving of love. So, as much as I want to keep this about on the upbeat about career or just overall some of the things that I briefly just said, a lot of y'all are feeling like, not like you're undeserving of love, but you're just at a stalemate right now. You're at a stagnancy where you're like, oh, am I going to meet somebody, and just really in your head about that. And on top of that, you're not releasing necessary attachments. I don't know if y'all got some exes that still be in y'all DMs. I'm laughing. But being mindful of just all the attachments that you have to yourself and making sure that the ones that you do have are in your best interest for your future self on this card. And not necessarily staying in this energy of, oh, what if? I think there is a newness that comes with change that can be scary a lot of times. And we have to be very mindful of making sure that we ask ourselves the necessary questions like, hey, you know, is this person or is this environment, is this place or is this thing really good for my longing, deepest desires that I truly want? Or am I just settling because I feel like that this is the best that I can get or the best that I can do? Like, no, you absolutely can get whatever it is that you want in life. But first, everything starts with you. So let's get back to the original. Understanding the influence that you have overall and being aware of that influence and really pulling yourself up out of the melancholy rut that you're in simply by just getting back to your childlike self. Getting back to your childlike self, really going on, you know, an adventure, whether if that's something, you know, it could be anywhere from a movie or say you just like doing pampering yourself, take a spa day or something. I'm just throwing out ideas at this point. I know for me personally or whatever, I thoroughly enjoy skateboarding. That used to be my shit. Trying not to date myself, but any chance I get, I broke my last board, but when I get another one, oh my goodness, I'm telling y'all. But outside of that, just me personally, things that I would do to subsidize that and still keep that childlike self about me alive. I like to draw. So sometimes I would just, you know, I make a mean stick figure, you feel me? So I might just draw stick figures, you know, and doing stuff like that or whatever, and doing it in a spontaneous way, like a, you know, like a child, literally. I think with the older as people get or whatever, especially with the way life and stuff is going, it's easy to get so caught up in this cycle, and it's pretty much a rat race in a sense. So you have to be super mindful about that, of making sure that you're being as present as you possibly need to be for your own self and nurturing your inner child. And nurturing your inner child, which is the inside of you, will help blossom to the outside parts of you. This also could pertain to certain belief systems. Super duper important. Could also pertain to certain belief systems where, say, there were certain principles and stuff that you may have had before that you were like really strict on, and you really felt like you knew what it is that you almost felt like you had life figured out for a second. But you know, change is infinite, so you know there's always going to be a rapture with that. Trying to see if I can see anything else. Yeah, if y'all have any more people that are lingering on from your past that aren't beneficial to the new person that you're becoming, please release them. Please release them. Because right now your mind is in a state of limbo, and it's like, just because you let people or places or things, certain belief systems, ideas, regardless of what that thing might be for you at the end of the day, if it's not going to help your future and you're just holding on to it a little bit longer, it can potentially stagnate your growth. So if you're in a state of limbo for too long and you're just like, what is going on? Like, I think I'm doing everything right or whatever. Like, maybe just go back to the drawing board. Go back to the drawing board. The origin will always expose the longevity. And that's real. I hope that this really resonated with somebody. Please let me know what you guys are thinking about these. I'm super duper excited, and I do appreciate any feedback given. Like I said, please go on my website and check out some of the services that I offer, which is at vargo.com/listening Lotus. I also have a Facebook page that you can check out. I will revamp and work on my Instagram, but in the meantime, this is where we're at. I'm new to the YouTube family. Appreciate you guys for watching, and until next time, be easy.